in case you haven't seen, AI algorithms can generate art now. You type in what you want, and in a few seconds, it can generate it for you. The algorithms have weird and wonderful names like DALL-E 2, and Mid-Journey, and Stable Diffusion. And they're getting pretty darn good. In fact, most slides I'm going to show you today will have AI-generated artwork on them. Some of it by me. I guess I'm an artist now. Well, I'm just kidding. But many real artists are worried that they will be replaced by algorithms that can generate dozens of stunning pieces before they can even get their paint out of the box. But are their fears justified? Will AI replace artists, or perhaps will it save them? But hold up, I'm not an artist, why should you care what I have to say? Well, I do have a PhD in psychology, a day job in AI, and an unhealthy side interest in economics. And putting those three together, I've come to a surprising conclusion. I think that AI will be good for artists. Now, I know what you're thinking. If people buy AI-generated artwork instead of human-generated artwork, human artists will lose sales, go out of business. It's obvious, right? But that assumes that there is a fixed demand for art. What if AI-generated art increased the opportunity for artists? So this is me and my wife. We commissioned a human artist to make this for us. I bet many of the couples in the audience won't have something like this. But with AI, you can have one for pennies on the dollar. But what if you wanted something a bit more? Say you've got your AI thing and you're a bit unhappy with it, so you commission a human artist to make an improved version more tailored to you. Well, now that artist has made a sale that they wouldn't have if it weren't for AI opening the door. We've seen this before. So first tapes, then CDs, and now digital art. Is live music dead? Obviously not. Putting almost free, unlimited music at everyone's fingertips has increased the demand for music in all of its forms. With algorithms, the tools to create and engage with art is now in everyone's hands. AI art might just be the gateway drug that produces scores of new art addicts, and many of them will want the real thing. Second, artists themselves might be the best placed to use these tools. An artist can have an AI generate a dozen pieces, and then they can use them as inspiration for their own work, call it an AI muse. Or they could take those dozens of pieces, edit some of them in to be a bit better, and sell them on. We could call that cyborg artwork. And in a world flooded with AI, we will need curators who have the knowledge, the taste, and the vision to pick out the best ones. So lastly, let's get psychological. Why do we buy art? Sure, it's pretty, but that's just one reason. Some art is ugly, some art is impressive, some art isn't, and some art is downright confusing. So do you know why the Mona Lisa is worth so much? Sure, the brushwork is kind of nice, but it was neither famous nor valuable until 1911, when it was stolen from France by Italian nationalist Vincenzo Peruggia. The media firestorm of Italy reclaiming stolen treasure taken by the despot Napoleon sent interest in old Mona through the roof. Art sells for millions because of the stories, the artist, the context. AI art doesn't really have any of that. Students of art will spend years debating what Monet meant when he used purple instead of blue in his art. But the answer to those questions for AI art is a lot less interesting. It doesn't really mean anything. Lastly, do you know someone who supports local artists? Of course you do, because they probably showed you their pieces with a smug look on their face. But we use art to signal things about ourselves, our personalities, our politics, our values. Again, AI doesn't have these things. And art is also used as a symbol of status. You can buy an Andy Warhol portrait for £20, but Jeff Bezos will still pay millions for the original. The more expensive the piece, the more it shows how much of a big cheese he is. And so great art will not decrease in price, and great artists will not earn less, because when art is used to show off status, expensive is the entire point. Now, nobody knows what the future holds, least of all me. But I'm cautiously optimistic, and I hope maybe you are too. And to the artists among us, I will say this. AI might change the landscape of art, but you will still hold the brush. Thank you.